It's a vibe.
What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Sorry for the delay. Glad to be here.
Thank you, thank you. Well, let's go ahead and kick this off. This is another episode of the Vibes Podcast. This is your boy Two Dipple King, fleeky eyebrows. And I got you all introduce yourself.
Y'all already know it's your girl Brex, your favorite hot-headed Aries, and we got a special guest today.
Y'all probably, if you've been around for the last 10 years, you done heard this voice, seen this face. I'm gonna go ahead and let him introduce himself. Go ahead.
What's up, everybody? I'm Kelson, King Kelson, Urban Informer, all that.
All that, man. Listen, so let's just dive right into it. You have been moving and shaking in the city for too long. Not a lot of people. First of all, it's hard in radio. I didn't know what you looked like. I only heard your
Voice.
Your voice. And I was like, this what everybody look like? Okay. But so for everybody that's listening, what is exactly your title at the radio station?
It changes from hour to hour, but right now, I'm the operations manager of Radio in Baltimore and also the host of the AM Clique 192Q.
Okay. So for all the people that want to get in radio, do you feel as though when they come to you, do you give the same generic answer, or does it like differ from person to person?
I think it depends on the mood I'm in, honestly. But what I do try to tell people is the truth. Like I don't try to sugarcoat shit. Can I curse? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so used to being on the radio, can't curse. I try to just be genuine. Like I tell them, like it's not easy because some folks will try to get into radio and think, oh, I used to host this party down Choices, put me on the afternoons. It's not that simple. Like people, like when I came in, it was literally on some old like making the band hazing stuff, you know. Now people they just come in and want to be on the afternoons. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. You got to put in the work. Like for me, when I first started, I was the I interned with Nick and Knight back in the day.
Okay.
She was also she did nights and she also was the music director. So in her office was a wall full of CDs. All I could do was open the mail and alphabetize those CDs. Wasn't no going to no studio. I went and got food. I just did everything. Picked her up and took her home. It was real. Like some kids these days, they don't get it.
What were you doing before you even broke into radio? Was this like your favorite? You wanted to do this or you fell into it?
It's crazy because when I first went to College Park, I went there for 1 year. I was going to major in architecture. I wanted to design homes.
That was a major left.
Yeah, so I started taking the math classes. Like, no, this ain't it.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna focus on my minor, and so then I transferred to Towson University and started my internship.
Wow.
Okay. So you started your internship, and from there it was just straight radio. You never looked back?
Never, thank God. Actually, no, I'm lying. When I was interning, then got put on as I want to say the associate producer of the night show. Then I did I was still part-time. I started like board hopping, started doing weekend shifts, but not until this was right after Swift died. Did I get a full-time gig in radio, which I became the music director. But before then, I was working part-time. Then I was also teaching at an alternative school.
Oh, so you was a teacher. Hold on now. Teaching the kids now.
Yeah, it was an alternative school for boys, and I was one of the English teachers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you, when you were coming up, were you one of the boys that went into an alternative school like myself, or stayed the path?
No, I was pretty good. I was talking a lot. I had to get like progress reports and everything, but I wasn't too wild.
Oh, okay, nothing too crazy.
Okay, so you on both sides of the radio business. You on the radio, people listen to you, but you behind the scenes. Which one do you prefer better, or what do you like best about both?
I think I actually like doing both at the same time. So I'm like being put in a box. I guess the crazy thing, you know, when you're on the radio, you're just in the studio by yourself or you got some guests, that I'm fine with just staying in the studio. Okay. I get nervous when I gotta go out and host stuff, you know, believe it or not, I'm low-key shy. Yeah, believe it or not. So before I go do those things, I definitely have a shot, or I got some glasses on, so you can't really see my eyes freaking out. But I like the interview process, so definitely probably the studio part as well. But then on the other side, you're in charge of the program of the station, how it sounds and activities and the
The
promotion.
real work behind it.
You're working with sales to try to do events, working promotion, try to increase ratings. So I like them both, honestly.
Okay.
Do you, because this just came to my mind, do you feel as though, well, no, when you first started, as of right now, do you still get the starstruck when you're around certain celebrities, or now you feel like I belong here now? Is a normal day?
It depends who it is. I think one of the last well, as many times I've met Mary J. Blige, I'm still 1,000 every time I see her, For the most part, I'm pretty cool. It's only like 2 folks that I have not met that if I meet them, probably going, low key, like fan out. And that's Missy Elliott.
Okay.
Like I've got to meet Missy before I pass, and probably President Barack Obama.
Ooh.
So
you got the high list.
There's some people that go fan them out though.
They are. Like, the crazy thing, I love Beyonce, and I've been in a room with her like twice. And it was just like, I was just too, I see her, I don't want to go close.
Okay, so that's good. So I see that you definitely maintain the professionalism and still being humble, because a lot of people freak out being in these situations or say something crazy to you.
And that's the thing, because I think I've been doing it like for so long, I'm kind of like used to it. And I ain't trying to brag enough, but I'm just kind of redundant. Like, I don't got to go out anymore. I'm fine with just staying in the house on a Friday night. I'm cool. Like,
well, you said we were talking about that. You have a daughter, right?
Yes, you probably hear her in the background.
I read inserts of your book, and after reading it, I was like, got sucked in immediately. First and foremost, what made you even want to write that book?
I think when I first began writing it, I was frustrated with the things I was going through a divorce, going through the single dad thing, and I needed an outlet to get it out. So I just started writing things down. Let me say, the version that's out now, definitely the first version. The first version I was way more angry. I was working with my editors. It was like, do you want to do it this way, or do you want to soften? Because at the end of the day, that's still my child's mother. That's still my ex-wife.
Exactly.
I still want to respect her, but at the same time, I'm going to tell my truth. And I didn't put everything up there, but I still wanted to tell my truth and I guess be a beacon of hope, or because a lot of times we hear about the single mothers. It's not too often you hear the single dads tell their story.
Right.
So I kind of want to help put it out there.
I would say I resonated with your story because as of now, I'm going through the moment I started reading, I was like, I can relate, because right now I'm going through the whole being a single dad process. And it's, when it first started happening, it's weird because it's like, well, don't it supposed to be reversed? Like, it's supposed to be like this. So what advice do you have for the single dads out here that's going through, raising their kids or multiple kids by themselves?
Well, for you, do you have a daughter or a son?
I have a daughter too.
Brother, I'm with you. It's tough. I'm gonna say this: being a girl dad will just soften you up because they just so, I love you, daddy. I love you. They's real cuddly, But the advice I would say is, give it your all. Like, no matter what you and your child's mother may be going through, but give your all to that child, because they didn't ask to be here, but they deserve everything that you can give them, and put them first. No matter what, put them first. And that's what I've learned to do. Like, everywhere I go, 9 times out of 10, she's right there with me. And if she can't go with me, I'm not there.
Okay. Was that a hard learning curve? Because when that happened, you, like you say in your book, you were already doing so many things as far as career-wise. Was revamping your whole life difficult, or do you feel like it was an easy process? I
think when I did get married and we lived out in Frederick, I wasn't driving over back to Baltimore every time something was going on. So I was coming to work and then leave. And then, like, becoming married, becoming a family man, you kind of put everything else on the back burner because you have a family now. But when I became a single dad, it was actually right there at the start of COVID. So we're home a lot. So it's just me and her. For the longest, I wasn't much to do. So we kind of bonded even more right then.
I had no choice.
Yeah, not at all. And so it's just like, what? I'm fine with making her a priority. And if I can do stuff, cool. If not, I'll try to get it next time.
Okay, so you
I will say the good thing also is having a strong village.
Yeah,
That's definitely important.
that support system.
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Do you feel like dating now is a little difficult because you are having a daughter now? Like, do you let that be known, or you like keep that part separate? And I guess being, a public figure, you find like it's hard to date.
I think if you follow me like on social media, you probably gonna see pictures of my daughter, so you may know. But if not, I have no problem with telling you, hey, I have a daughter, so if I can't do this, this is why. I will say, I'm very skeptical about allowing her to meet other people or being around people because I don't want to bring too many people unknown.
You're talking to my parents' side right now.
Yeah, around my child, because you don't want to confuse them. So I'm very hands-on, and I think it's kind of different if you're dating someone that also has a child and is single, because y'all can kind of relate and understand to the schedule. That makes it so much easier. And someone that has kind of like the same parenting skills or the same parenting ideas that you have, that makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I definitely get that.
So would you prefer to date someone with a child or someone without?
Well, here's the thing.
Oh,
For the longest time,
shit.
I was the one. I ain't dating a woman that got no kids for the longest time.
Even when you had a kid?
I didn't. No, when I didn't have a kid, I was just saying.
Okay.
I said I was not dating a woman with a child. My wife had 2 children from previous relationships when we got together. All that shit went out the window, So now I'm not. I can't say no. I'm not going to date a woman that don't have no children. I think it just depends on their mindset, and they understand that my daughter's going to come first. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And also, she can't have like 11 kids. That's not going to happen.
Everybody got a cutoff. I got one. My cutoff. 2 is my max. If you coming in with
I agree.
2,
that's my max too.
If you go above 2, I'm sorry. That's 3 kids plus me.
3 kids plus me. See, I don't got no kids, so 2 is definitely my max.
Okay, but at least you're open to dating men with kids, because some women aren't.
I can date a man with a kid. I mean, I understand like your child should be a priority, and plus, dating a man with a kid, you can see like what he would be like if that's something that you're looking forward to in the future with that man. You want to make sure he's going to be that good father.
Yeah.
So you can't say no to dating a man with a child when, first of all, in the age that we in, almost everybody got kids. It's rare that you find somebody that without one.
Yes. And if they don't, they're a unicorn.
Listen, if you're in the age bracket of 30 or more, I tell you, want to suck it up. You're gonna be a step parent. Once you get above 31, get real deep out here.
I feel like I'm dark. Is it too dark? Y'all see me? I know I'm black as hell.
We was going through the same problem with her. Don't worry about it.
I was like, the light. I need to fix it. Like it got to shine.
I'm in a hotel because I was in an accident on Friday, so I can't where I live. I can't stay there, so I'm in a hotel. So yeah,
it's all good.
I have my ring light.
Do you ban your position in radio for the young artists out here? Not this Baltimore has.
Here we go. I was waiting for it.
Come on, you know. What is the proper way if they know you, see you on the street? And they're like, oh, I can probably get on the radio. What is the proper way to even try to go about that if they do see you on the street?
Don't, like, I know, like, speak. Let's just speak. Hey, what's up? I'm so-and-so, I'm so-and-so. I do music. Cool. And then later, email me, social media, hey, here's my information. Here's my single. Let me know your thoughts. Or even just simple go 92q.com. We got the Q Music Spotlight where it shows you the steps you should have before you even try to take give me 1 second. Take your music to the radio.
Right.
Like far as getting it registered, getting your paperwork straight. That's very, very important because if a station does decide to play your song, you want to know what station they're playing it. So it's about tracking and making sure you're getting your publishing and all that together. Because at the end of the day, it's a business. It's still a business.
They don't be thinking about that. They just know if they get their song on the radio, that's it.
Well, no. They think they go record in the studio and that's it. It needs to be in power rotation. That's what some artists think. But no, you got to work the record. Like, go to the club, do a listing party, work the record, get people familiar with it.
Do you feel like being where you are in radio? Do you feel like radio's dying because of the whole streaming and not many people listening to radio, or like how do you survive in that space?
Well, I'm not gonna say it's dying. It's not where it used to be, but different results or different tests and research have shown that it's still very popular medium, but it definitely has some challenges with the streaming, with the podcast. You know, same thing like newspapers and magazines went through with online.
Yeah.
So it's definitely some challenges.
Oh, okay. Because I just wanted to know.
With the younger audience is more so of a challenge.
Yes, because I asked somebody before. I was like, "Hey, what's your favorite radio station?" She was like, "The radio." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, "I don't listen to the radio." I'm like, "You don't know the stations?" Like, I mean, I might have my phone plugged in a lot. I might be on the aux. I might listen to XM, but I still know the radio stations. Like, I still tune into certain things on the radio.
Yeah.
And the younger generation is just like, radio, what's that?
Because all they got their AirPods and watching YouTube and
or they streaming something from off of some website.
Yep.
That's exactly it. Do you doing what you do now, right? Do you feel as though doing it for so long that you're going to transition out of it, or like this is your stomping ground, you're going to stay in this?
No, I definitely want to go further. Like I want to, as I keep telling people, who I said before, I want to be like the Black Ryan Seacrest. Like let me be the talent, also be behind the scenes running the show. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Oh, so we're not going. You're eventually going to stop hearing that voice on the radio. That's going to be out of there.
I'd rather do it on a high note than they put me out. You know what I'm saying?
You better go out with a bang than to be like, all right, y'all, my time has come to an end.
Exactly. That's important to me. Going out on a high.
You have posted something today, and I was going to wait till I seen you to ask you. What do you? I don't know if Rax knows about it. I think the governor is passing a bill for you don't no longer need a 4-year degree to get state jobs. What is your input and your thoughts on this?
We talked about this on my show. I think first of all, I think it's great for anyone here. Sorry, y'all.
No, you got it.
I think it's great. Any way you can get no, it's fine. Any way you can get a living, it's fine. But at the same time, I feel like it's like a smack in the face for people that did go to school and that did, got this high ass tuition that Biden ain't canceled yet. And I think it's kind of slap in the face. But then again, like it's loud. You got different trades that can help you. You know, I'm really kind of on the fence with it.
I felt like I was on the fence with it because I was like on the just saying, oh, that's super dope. You're giving not just like basic minimum wage job. You're actually giving somewhat structured, high paying jobs. But then what about the person that went to school for that profession loses out to someone who didn't go to school? That is like, what did I do this for?
Yeah. You're like, so I really didn't need this degree. It's like
we both started at the same level. Like what?
I mean, I'm on the fence about it because I feel like you said, people with degrees, it's like, okay, I went to college, I got this degree, and now, I mean, I really don't need it. But I feel like it's very beneficial for those people, especially maybe in the older generation or those individuals that have been doing the same job forever. Like they got that state job or whatever at 18.
Grandma not leaving.
Maybe they got it and maybe they slid into a temp agency and they held on, but they've been doing that position forever and they're very much experienced in the job, but their pay rate doesn't reflect that because they don't have that degree.
But then you got to also look at it. Okay, somebody, let's say a doctor, right? This is a doctor, went to school, got his degree. You're not going to trust, you may trust him, but then again, someone who was, as they go through, I think I forgot the word, but they're trained to get their hands-on experience before they graduate. You're probably going to feel more comfortable with them doing open heart surgery on you than
they actually done it before.
Paper, correct? Yeah. So it's like like I said, I'm on the fence.
That experience versus that knowledge always goes.
Yeah.
If you want to fix my plumbing, have you done it before? Yeah. Versus somebody that I know how to do it. Ooh.
Yep.
Okay, I can see how that works. Go ahead.
Let me see. So, what else is hot? What else is hot right now?
You got this random. What would be your advice? We can't even just put him out there like that. But for this lovely artist of a man, do you feel as though your personal opinion?
You better ask about that man.
You know I am. That you feel like
even gonna ask about him.
that Kanye's doing too much right now.
Is Kanye doing too much right now?
Is he doing too much or is he doing enough?
Listen, if Kanye West reposts this interview and say something to me, it's on. I don't want to say it's too much the fact that I believe that he should be fighting for his children if there's cases where Kim is keeping him from his children. Fight for that. But all the different attacks and got to post everything, that's doing too much.
So you would have just left that part out.
Yeah. Now I will. Now when Skeet sent him the text message saying
Skeet.
he said he was in the bed with your wife, well now we gotta fight. We gotta fight at this point.
But he's divorced now. He's divorced.
Listen, they're just divorced. But they listen.
I think the divorce not even final. Is it final?
Well, no, I think the judge said Kim.
Yeah, she's just legally separated, and she can say she's single. Their divorce is not final.
But this is my thing. Someone you done had kids with, y'all done made money together. I wish a nigga would say y'all gonna be with your wife. It's gonna be a problem.
And then send you a picture.
Like, no. Yeah, like no. But yeah, I think he's definitely treading a fine line, but definitely don't never stop fighting for your kids if someone is keeping you from your kids.
Yeah, but you just know some people just don't fight fair nowadays.
Yeah, women don't fight fair.
This is in your book, and you briefly touched on it. That you did have your little outbursts and things like that. Do you think now that you're still working on fighting fair, or sometimes it slip out and you might say a word?
I'm just going to say I'm so thankful for Zoloft. They kind of balanced me out because I needed it. Like I can't remember the last time I got mad. If I get mad now, it's probably something to do with my child, and I've been like kind of chill. Like when stuff happen now, I'll be like, okay, cool.
Okay, so now you more chilled out now than your younger self.
I take my medicine every day,
So are you on that? Are you in the branch of men that doesn't? I don't want to say black women, but I just say women in general. That you don't like the masculine women that we have now? Like, does that still like, or you like the submissive?
You mean like a stud?
No, like how women today have a lot of they've taken on the masculine role as far as the household and everything like that. You still gravitate towards that part, or are you okay with the submissive, you take care of everything type of role?
I think it should be well balanced.
You going 50-50?
Let's be well balanced. What do you mean, like for bills and stuff?
For bills and stuff.
Are you going 50-50 for bills, or are you going 50-50 as a whole? Like, okay, I could pay these bills, but you take care of this household.
I could do that. If I can afford it, I have no problem with that. But guess what? When I come home, make sure the kids are good, make sure that, dinner's together, stuff like that. If I can afford it, no problem.
If you want to pay the bills and she want to take care of the household, then when you come home, there should be nothing for you to do but wash your ass and eat dinner.
No, she better wash my ass for me.
Oh my God. No, she gotta wash it for you.
I can never get with it because I get if your kids are younger and everything like that, you're taking care of home. Okay, cool. But once your kids start to get a certain age, kids in school, what are you doing all day? The house ain't that messy. Like you just home all day, not making no money, just home.
I mean, I would hope by then she has a hobby.
Yeah, or a craft, like a hustle. Yeah.
I hope she like to do something. Maybe she got a blog. Maybe she got a blog. I don't know what she.
Maybe she doing nails, doing weaves. And
maybe she like to do some nails. Yeah, like maybe she
doing
like
lashes or something.
Maybe she creative. Maybe she make art or something. I would hope
maybe she sell waist trainers. Who knows?
Yeah,
but do something.
Yeah, she would have something, even if it's not like bringing in a whole lot of money. I would hope that she would still be doing something. Like, I mean, you taking care of the kids in the house and everything, but like, I'm sure there's something that you yourself want to do, right?
I mean, yeah, you got a point. You got a point. I just thought I wanted to just add that. Would you stay in Baltimore?
No, not necessarily. I haven't even thought about like when my contract is up because we know the city is,
You gonna leave too? You going to Atlanta?
No. I think if I ever was to go elsewhere, it would be to go. See, now I'm about to turn to dad. I'm about to get in trouble. Probably like Texas. I would like Texas or the Carolinas down south.
Oh, man. So do you look down on not just artists or people on radio, your profession, that when they are born here, they just like to migrate out of the city, but then in the same forefront complain how there's not enough light being brought to the city. People with the light normally leave.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not because I left for a few years and I went to even though DC down the street, but also went to Cincinnati before I came back. I don't look down on them. I think you gotta do what's best for you and your family, your situation.
You make a point. So I mean that's kind of the common thing we keep running into. Everybody like it here, but they like you kind of get stuck here.
I mean, Baltimore is Baltimore. That's just our city. You know, our city is gonna be our city. Some people want to stay here. Some people want to go to the outskirts. Some people want to get the fuck away from here.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like you said, it's you as a person. If you feel like, okay, I love my city, but I don't want to be here,
that's fine. Go.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Get out of here.
You have to do what's best for you and your family.
Don't bash your city. Like, okay, it's a bunch of cities out here like us. So don't be like, oh, I had to go. It was like don't. It's your city though. It's 15 other cities just like us.
Yeah. And you never know.
People that go through the same thing we go through every day in a whole nother state.
And when you do go away, sometimes you go away to level up, and then you can maybe come back and help the city or do something positive for your city. But I'm still going to be gone. I'll come back, to visit. There's nothing wrong with that.
Come back and visit or donate something, build something up, do something. I feel like as long as you trying to shed the positive light on your city, there's nothing wrong with necessarily leaving it. Yep. You don't leave it behind. You just physically not there.
Yep.
True. What has been your out of your years? What has been one of your top? Make it hard. Top 3 interviews you've had.
This year,
we saw overall ever.
Oh, overall.
Somebody
maybe like 3 or 4.
Okay, you can slide a 4th one in there.
Okay, cool. So I interviewed Nicki Minaj twice. I'm going to say the most recent one.
I've seen that. Right.
I'm going to say Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
I'm going to say.
Let's get thick.
Probably Tamar and Fantasia.
Okay.
Ooh, let's talk about it. Why was Fantasia on top 4? How'd she get there?
I think since Fantasia came out, and I didn't watch Idol, but since she, my cat is acting crazy. Excuse me. I think I've been a fan of hers, and over the years we got become friends. And so just like she was always very open and honest and sharing herself. Like I remember after her last time she was here, her and her husband, my wife and I, we was going through our problem, and they said that she was counseling us in their dressing room, like, and she just always like real. I love her honesty. Plus, for me, I like singers, like real singers. Give me some Jasmine Sullivan. Give me some Kiki Wyatt. Give me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had this conversation 2 weeks ago. Right now, top 5 singers all time.
Jasmine Sullivan.
She's in your top 5?
Jasmine Sullivan
of all time? Let's hear the rest of the list.
Easily.
Okay.
That's Jasmine play with.
Okay. Jasmine Sullivan. Okay.
Jasmine Sullivan. I'm going to say Kiki Wyatt. I'll say Fantasia.
Oh my God!
You got 2 more.
Now, all right. So what? Let me
say, oh my God!
Are we talking about like singing, or put on the show?
We saying all of it. Because you done put 3 in there, and I'm sitting here like, whoa.
No. Well, now if you saying all of it, I thought you were saying like this singing.
No, we saying everything all together.
Gotta give it to top of the list, Beyonce.
Okay.
I'm going to say Chris Brown, of course. Michael Jackson.
Okay.
That's 3, right?
Yeah, getting shaky.
You know what? Who puts on a great show, believe it or not? T-Pain. T-Pain put on the show.
So I've heard that. I have heard that going to see T-Pain is lit. Like real lit. Like
don't sleep.
It's a whole, because T-Pain is involved in every aspect of everything that goes on with him. So like it's a whole like thing, like a whole show, like a whole
T-Pain.
Yeah, he don't just step on stage and rap. Like T-Pain is a whole
the stage set up. He's going, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you got 1 more left.
This is
Now it's about 4 people that have been left off this list. So I'm gonna hit this last person.
For showmanship?
We said overall.
Yeah, you said overall.
Overall.
I think he's doing pretty good as far as people overall performing.
Yeah. And then just because it's my favorite person in the world, it's between Mary and Tony Braxton.
Okay. What's on your list?
Yeah, cause I'm waiting. I'm seeing you know.
If we gonna say, I say overall with performance and singing, they ain't got to be the best in performing, but they got decent performance. My top 5 have to be Beyonce. Gotta be. I'm gonna give it to Mary. I feel wrong if I leave her out, even though her performances wasn't like that. I gotta put Whitney in the list. If we doing both, I gotta put Whitney on the list.
Okay.
That leaves 2 more. Janet. And I'll put for that final spot. That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with. I can't put her because I'm singing not all the way there. But I was gonna say
it's Janet's. Janet whispers.
I was about to say Janet singing is not there, but Janet puts on a whole show.
Yeah,
she puts on the show.
She will whisper the hell out of her words.
Yeah.
She's not a singer.
Tiana Taylor isn't bad also, even though she has more of a sexual type of performance.
Her performance is fire. Her performances are fire. Like you said, even though it's not all about her voice, her performance is fire.
And Tiana has a good tone.
Yeah.
He said Janet whispers.
He does.
On a lot of
and you said between Mary and
Tony.
All right.
I said Tony.
Oh, Tony.
Like Tony is my cougar crush.
I'm not gonna say that Mary J. Blige puts on great performances.
Have you seen it outside of Super Bowl?
Mary J. Blige give you something to look at.
I have. Yes.
She keeps you entertained. She gives you something to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It is very much entertaining.
He said outside of the Super Bowl.
But even in the Super Bowl, she killed, but she had like such a short time, so she didn't have too much to do her thing.
Yeah, Mary Mary does her thing at her concert. She be skinny, be rocking up across that stage the whole night.
Oh my goodness.
You will.
You know, real.
What's yours?
Dang. Top 5. Beyonce, Michael.
Because I'm gonna ask him something about that Beyonce question.
What about Beyonce? Okay, all right. Anyway, Beyonce, Michael. Dang.
You got 3 more people. At least he threw Chris Brown in there. He threw something out there.
I ain't just throw him out there. The boy can sing and he can dance.
Chris Brown is fire.
Okay, you put him on your list.
I'll put Chris Brown on my list.
All right, you got 2 more.
I'll put Chris Brown on my list. All right, so what I say? Beyonce, Michael, Chris Brown.
You ain't gonna put Drake on there.
Drake can't sing.
And Drake just gonna walk across the stage.
Right, Drake don't do none of his concerts.
I was just checking. Jesus.
If I'ma choose somebody like that, then I might as well go ahead and say DJ Khaled, because at least DJ Khaled gonna bring everybody out. The show gonna be fire.
Khaled.
Like, if you're gonna look who you
Khaled. Drake's performance?
You would choose to go watch Drake over DJ Khaled.
Yes.
Drake, like he said, Drake is going to walk across the stage.
Drake
is going to walk across the stage back and forth. Showmanship wise, Drake's going to walk across the stage back and forth. He don't do too much. DJ Khaled is going to be lit. It's going to be theatrics. It's going to be people moving around. It's going to be something to watch.
Okay.
Drake is going to work
that energy.
Yeah, DJ Khaled's going to give you that liveness, that energy. You out in public, you want to see a show. I don't want to see Drake. Yeah.
Okay, that's how Mary J. Blige dance.
Whoa. What we're not going to do is that.
Mary J. Blige got more than that. So if I'm going to choose somebody current, like real current, up to date, I would choose DJ Khaled over Drake. I would.
You would?
I would.
Okay.
DJ Khaled going to bring Drake out. I'm going to still see Drake.
True, you got a point.
But it's not DJ Khaled's talent. His talent is DJing and getting the hype.
There you go.
I don't know if we can really use Khaled.
So let me ask him this. What is up with people saying that my girl Beyonce can't sing?
They must be high.
They can't hear.
A lot of people say Beyonce cannot sing.
Beyonce can sing.
No, she definitely can sing. I even heard Miss Tina Knows on her Instagram. She'll just post like just the raw audio of Beyonce singing or warming up, and the girl could. The girl
The girl got vocals.
I think when they say she can sing, they are comparing to what you said: the Kikis, the Jasmines, the Adeles, the higher range of singers. When they compare her to that, they're like, no.
Oh, Beyonce, she
got range though.
Yeah, and she can sing.
She just don't. If you don't listen to Beyonce, you'll never hear her full range.
I get you that. I say Beyonce can
if
sing.
You don't listen to her entire album or her entire discography of songs, you would never. You couldn't be like, oh, Beyonce can't sing, because if you listen to songs that are not popular, you hear that range and that vocal capacity. Even on certain songs that are popular, like Resentment. Everybody loves her from Resentment. She did that. She sung it live at that one concert, and everybody loved it. Like, she can definitely sing.
Yeah.
I think people can't hear.
Listen, when
we look at Halo. Halo, that's a.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
And then you mentioned talking about Beyonce. That Beehive real serious.
Different. It's different.
Her fan base is different. Don't come for her because they're gonna come all the way
for years. They don't stop.
They don't stop.
Carrie Hilson still got bees in her joint.
Right.
What do you, for your part, what do you feel as though when people talk about the industry as far as radio getting blackballed and not looked at because during a certain event or whatever, do you feel like, or have seen like that is a true event? You can get blackballed in radio, in business wise, from your perspective.
And do you think you can come back from it?
I mean, like an artist, how they say they get the whole cancel culture thing?
Yeah, just cancel culture in general.
Yeah, cancel culture.
I think it really depends on the incident and the artist, because, perfect example, for those charges that the late Michael Jackson was up against, stations still play Michael Jackson. But I think it's going to be very hard for stations to jump out on R. Kelly again. You know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you said Michael was always an alleged, he got proved not guilty, thing like that. Mm-hmm. The R. Kelly one, I'm not going to say he innocent, but let's just throw it out there. He was. The fact that he still got proved guilty, it's like, it's hard. It's hard to do that.
Yeah. It's different when it's alleged and there's no proven guilty. Once you allege, then it's like, ooh, you really did that. They said you did it.
And like I know it was some stations that kind of fell off a Tory with the whole Megan Thee Stallion situation, but people are still playing Tory Lanez. All the allegations against Chris Brown and Trey Songz, stations because they haven't been found guilty. Well, I think
even the baby with his whole fiasco.
You being the position that you are in radio, do you hold that on certain events and you be like, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna play his music, even if it's a hot record due to the current allegations, or do you just play it anyway?
I think it's more honestly something like that. I would base around listeners and everything.
Okay.
Listeners, yeah. Because my personal opinion is not like all the songs we play on the station are my personal favorites. I kind of go off, what's best for the audience and what they feeling.
Okay, so you don't let your personal feelings affect.
I can't. It's not ain't my station,
That's fact.
So who chooses? I always want to know who chooses the music for the radio station to play. Is it the labels? Like, how does that normally work out?
So what happens is, for the most part, the labels, they'll have a single that they want to push to radio. Before it was just based off of gut and reaction. Now everything they do, not everything, but I would say 80% is off of streaming numbers. And sometimes the streaming numbers do not always correlate to radio. So they have a single, they'll push it that way. Or sometimes even like program directors or music directors or DJs, they'll get music first, and do they hear it, they think it's something that's strong, they're like, yo, let's go behind this song. And sometimes the label, they'll follow our lead and make it a single.
Okay. I always wanted to know how that whole thing worked.
Yeah,
because I think it was Jay the Supplier, who was like, there's a lot of, as far as getting blackballed in the business, that's a real thing that like a lot of new artists don't know. Your interactions and how you network really plays.
That's a
I think a lot of people. I don't think people understand that. Like, I really don't think people understand that. Like, certain actions that you take within your business community have an effect on how you are going to do business from that point on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And relationships are definitely important because sometimes the song, this would happen. Let's say a song they're trying to go number one, but this artist, you ask them for, you want to do a promotion with them, ask for an interview, or when you met them, he's like shitty. You're not gonna go out your way to help them get that number one record.
Right.
Relationships.
Yeah, that's true.
Was important.
Talking about you, have you ever right now ruined a relationship that you look back on that really just messed up an opportunity for you?
I'm gonna have to say no.
No.
I have had incidents with artists that that an incident happened, and I possibly, allegedly,
I always say allegedly,
play their song anymore, or just took a while to get on the record.
He said, "Hey, now, allegedly."
Like it's an artist currently now that she came off at me sideways at our summer concert, and I wish them the best in their future endeavors.
So is it safe to say, even though you're as nice and humble as you are, you can still be a little petty, just a little bit up in you,
just because of the disrespect?
Yeah.
If this artist is on a new song, they better send a version without this artist on it.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's not just disrespecting me; you're disrespecting the station, and I can't have that.
Will an apology solve that? Like,
yeah.
Can this be reconciled, or if once the relationship's done, it's done?
You give me real, I'm a Scorpio vibe. Jesus.
I'm a Taurus all day.
Oh, where's the balance?
I would just have to see,
Depend on how
I'll say this, because you didn't do anything to my child, so we can probably eventually talk about it.
Okay. How do you come up with the segments on the show? Because you got first of all, I didn't know you could cook. Cooking with Kels is a thing, right?
Yes, I throws down.
You sat here and told us when this first started, you originally went to school to
be an architect.
Architect, then you smoothed in the radio. Where did this learning how to cook, learning how to write, where did this come from?
I can always cook a little bit, but I didn't really just put it out there like that. But again, the pandemic, and
you gotta eat.
You gotta eat. You gotta look at different alternatives. And I always like to entertain, so people are home, nowhere to go. And I'll be honest, like at one point, our salary was reduced so that there wouldn't be a lot of layoffs. And so I had to find other means, to pay for daycare and stuff like that. So I started doing cooking classes.
Can people buy your food? Like they hit you up right now on Cooking with Kels. Are you giving classes?
No, I've done individual classes. I will do depending on who it is, I will do some cooking. But because I'm still working on, like if it's my family or close friends, I'll do it. Or I know you, I would do it. But as far as like on a mass scale, I'm not doing that yet for the simple fact of
is a cookbook coming?
Everybody keep asking me that. I'm thinking about it. I would want to make sure I have my serve safe license first before
Hey, thank you for talking about the stuff you're supposed to have.
Yeah.
How you just giving people plates.
Everybody's selling plates and everybody ain't serve safe.
Yeah, not at all. And I want if I'm gonna do it, have my name behind it, I definitely want to do it the right way.
Do you feel like this whole stepping into this author bag, is that something you want to expand on, being a writer and going down that lane?
Or was that just like, my outlet and it just turned into something bigger?
I've thought about doing some more books.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like self-help or like
part
2 of the just the 2 of us. How would it go?
Probably I kind of want to tell like my radio side as well. So I thought about that. And like you said, folks are asking about the cookbook. And there's another project I'm also thinking about, like a children's book as well. So
you are more than just a voice. What is something that people that don't know you would not, I would say, wouldn't think that you do? Like, do you hide all these talents when you're around people, or do you show this? Like, you're this outgoing character?
I think I'm pretty much the same like all the time. I think people will be surprised because you do radio, you do this, that you always party and always want to go. 9 times out of 10, I am in the house cooking, playing with her, working from home still, like on the computer for work, or like watching movies. I love movies. So
what's your movie you like right now?
Well, first, my favorite trilogy or franchise is definitely Halloween. So I can't wait for the new Halloween.
Didn't they say the last one was like,
I get it. It's part of the trilogy. So the middle one's okay, but I think this last one that comes out October 14th, Halloween ends. That's gonna be.
Oh, that's the last one.
Yeah,
the last one.
Okay,
yeah,
that's gonna be fine.
Yeah, so I like horror movies.
Oh, you a horror movie junkie?
Yeah.
What's the difference between horror and thriller? Because I don't know.
Is there a difference? I don't know.
Thrillers give suspense. Horrors give blood and guts.
Perfect.
If I'm gonna make it as simple as possible, thriller gives you suspense. Horror gives you blood and guts.
We'll take it. Yep.
Oh, okay. So I like the suspenseful drama. He like murders. All right.
Yeah, I'm on a horror movie. Like I want to see it all. I want to see people scared of shit. I want to see you get cut up. Like I'm trying
all that.
Yeah, give me all that. All that goes down at Halloween. Let me smell that.
You dress up for Halloween, don't you?
I love Halloween.
Wasn't you like Andre 3000 one year or something like that?
Last year, yeah, it was Andre 3000. Yeah.
So do you when you come to these costumes, do you already know what you're going to be, or it just comes to you like I'm gonna be
thinking? I would just be thinking about like what's going to be this year, and I really want to be Batman, but you know you go to some store they got them little corny ass suits. I don't want a corny suit. I want my.
You want the big? Oh, you want
Batman that's going to fit me right. You feel me? I want that
one. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is that before you go and be a dad? What is next for you? What's the next thing you got going
on? Continuing and trying to add pieces to the morning show. Like I said, I'm playing around the cookbook, but definitely I want to also work on my credentials for safe serve and everything for food, so I can do that. Because people always ask me, "Yo, can you cater this?" I want to, but you're not gonna get me caught up. Cause
no, it changes the right way. You do something, pay me for it. It's like, ooh,
yeah.
Okay, you said add more shows in the morning to the morning show.
Add more features and stuff, just to kind of perfect it. Because to be honest, the morning show was originally for Pork Chop and Angel Baby. Pork Chop retired. Angel had a change in direction for her career. And I was just supposed to fill in with Angel until we found somebody to replace Pork Chop. Not replace it, but find another co-host for the morning show.
Right.
How I got stuck in there to be doing this by myself right now, who knows? But I love radio. I'm a team player. I want us to win. So I'm doing it. And I think it's important as much as we can be local, because syndication radio is taking over a lot of places. But as much as we can be local, I want us to do that.
So you say you're looking for co-hosts. Knowing that, do you like do it in-house? Do you like put it on like an ND? Like how does that? Because I know on certain, I don't know if it's your radio show, they'll go and say, I think it was like DJing, sending your videos and stuff. And how do you go about trying to find a co-host?
We have a career site that you can apply for with Radio One. Of course, you want your air check. That's important. We know your social media, what you bring to the table. Your personality, because we don't want nobody just get on there and just read liners. Like, give a reason for people to want to tune in today or the entire show. You know, they can just read liner. We want personality.
Okay, would you say that's the biggest thing when people that they have these big personalities? You say, "Hey, you got this big personality. You'll be good for radio." Does that normally correlate?
That may not always correlate, because look how many comedians or these social media people. Well, they got these big personalities, these big followings, but then you get them in radio and they freeze. Or people always say, "I can do your job." Okay, do it. They get a mic and get.
But why do you think that is? Because it's not like they have an audience right there. It's just them.
They think they can do it, and they really can't. And not to say they can't, because some of them can be taught.
Right.
You just got to be willing to be, to talk. And plus, some of these comedians, they used to touring every weekend or every other day. They may not be available to do that.
That scheduling just don't work
You
out.
know, everybody think radio, they think it's easy. They think it's, oh, you just sit down, you just chatting it up. Like anybody can sit down and talk it up. No, you gotta have stuff to talk about, and you can't talk about the same thing every day just because it's a different person there.
And you want to be engaging and want the listener interaction and everything.
Do you handpick? Let's say someone applies for the position of the co-host. Does that interview process go through you and you make that final decision? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Pay the cost to be the boss.
Okay, so listen, if anybody here want to, step up and be a co-host for, the morning show.
I will say, especially for a morning position or any position, especially when in one of the big markets, you got to have experience. You can't just be. You got to have the experience.
People try to escape that experience part so bad.
You can't. I guess we go back to the question you asked earlier: experience or degree. We want the experience.
We want the experience. All right, just go to 92Q, Radio One.
Looking back in the day, and I don't think it's being disrespectful, but I know for a fact that Swift didn't have her college degree. Reggie Reg didn't have his college degree.
Yeah.
These are big time radio people. I don't think Big Boy in LA, I don't know if he has a degree, but some of these big personalities, you can't. Howard Stern, maybe, I don't know. But they didn't, a lot of people back in the day, they didn't have no degrees. It's just their presence and what they brought to the radio.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. That makes sense. Well,
especially with radio, that's what they looking more for. You need to find somebody that's gonna keep that attention while not looking at you. You driving on the street. I need somebody that voice is gonna be like, oh, I gotta tune in.
Yep. You want to, and you gotta be.
Do people really be winning these concert tickets and everything on these radio shows?
Yes.
Not the radio.
Listen, we for every contest that we do, whether it's on air, online, we have to have rules from our legal department for this. So yes, they have to win.
I want tickets on the radio. My uncle want me tickets to Spring Tour or something back in the G. Like
these are back in the day.
That was because we went to go see Bow Wow, old Marion and them, like
straight up or something. Yeah,
straight off 92K.
Yeah,
oh, I always thought it was fake. I was like,
no, we was in there. Up close and personal, all that. Like,
these clients, they pay for advertising. They want us to give away tickets. We say thank you, and we give them away. So yeah, it's real.
People can, I guess now people pay for advertisement through you, right? Or do they go like Radio One and go through that whole process to have their ad and everything?
That's on the sales side. The account like another department. Yeah.
Oh, do you want to actually wrap on one?
No, it was definitely a pleasure having you. Good conversation, good advice.
Yeah, it was. It was more of a conversation versus an interview. So I appreciate that.
But definitely, we wasn't just about to sit here and just knock you off these lists.
Nah.
Yeah. Well, I want to say I've been listening to you for a while, and just having this interaction with you, it's cool to get to see the person while we do this, to see the person behind. Just not want to talk.
Y'all can't see me. I'm black as hell over here. Y'all can't see me.
She black as hell. She married, but we just left it alone.
Listen, I was fooling with the light the whole time.
The light is right here. It's
right here. It's beaming on my face because I'm like, I need y'all to see me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say thank you. It's dope getting to know your story. I can't wait for to finish reading your book. It caught me immediately. If you're a dad, especially if you're a single dad, you're not even a dad, you're just a parent in general, and you want to see the different layers of just not who Kelson is, but in general, you might be able to relate, but you relate to these stories.
Yeah, it's real stuff.
You did not hold back. I don't know what you did in the first version, but this version, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, because like one thing is us being men, we don't know about wiping from front to back. Really, we know we got a bathroom, we shake that thing and keep moving.
Right.
I learned from front to back, like stuff like that. Like I'm not even ready for the time when she started having her menstrual. No, like I'm gonna call. Like, listen,
we're on the same page, man.
Call somebody. Oh my God.
Call one of her aunties or something. So
I remember. Matter of fact, let me ask you this. So, as your daughter's what? How old is your daughter?
She'll be 4 in 2 weeks.
Oh man, my daughter just turned 4 like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I felt maybe this is a dad thing, which I don't see how older generations do this. Is it at a point to where you stop kissing your daughter on the mouth? Because as she getting older, I'm like,
Well, I can definitely tell you this: we're not gonna be 15 and I'm kissing her in her mouth. That's not going to happen, you know. But I would think after like maybe 6 or 7, you do the cheek thing and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because
But then again, if
Go
it's
ahead.
not saying she's gonna be 15 doing it, but if it's my child, I want to give her a kiss. I'm going to do. It's my child.
Right.
Like, you're not gonna tell me what I can do, what I can't do for my child. Like, stop it. But
Being a public figure, do you feel like that's what a lot of things is? You can do the Cardi B, you can do whatever. A lot of people feel like they have an input on how you raise your child.
And you know why? Because you put shit on social media. By putting it on social media, you give them an opportunity to say or think something about what you posted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everything ain't like the video. I think was it 42 Doug him
Yeah,
giving his son a passion mark, whatever. Not licking his neck. That's not for social media.
It could have been a cute moment, but when you slide it to social media, it's like
when you slide it to social media for them to hypersexualize, you should have known it was
exactly. That's exactly what happened. They hypersexualize. Yes.
So are you very conscious about? Because I know you have a bunch of pictures of your daughter. Are you very conscious about what you post about her? To the criticism? Okay.
Yeah. I'll be on there looking crazy. So I ain't have her on there looking crazy.
Yeah. So no, it ain't about to go that way.
Not at all.
And y'all not about to come for my child. So we're going to keep what I post to a minimum.
Yeah.
Well,
but I know before I used to post a lot, but I kind of slow it down a little bit because I don't have to hurt nobody. I ain't trying to go to jail, trying to be here for my daughter because somebody got one time to say something slick and stop me.
What do you do about that? If you get these slick comments, you let it go, or you comment, you block, you delete. What do you do?
Depends how I'm feeling.
Ooh, but you don't want to end up on the shade room somebody posting your comment.
Say it again.
I said you don't want to end up on the shade room with someone posting your comment or a private DM.
I don't care when it comes to Blake Noel Kelson. I don't give. I will do whatever. That's my baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was going through all this stuff from the divorce, and she's what kept me calm. Mm-hmm. I don't play about her at all. Like no, it's not going down.
Would you do you want more kids, or you think you're done now?
I definitely want to shoot up the club a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, this has been another wonderful episode of the Vibes Podcast. I'm your boy, Two Dimple King, your favorite Leo. We got...
And this your girl, Brax, your favorite hot-headed artist.
And we got the voice of the voiceless. You might have heard him. If you didn't hear this man's voice by now, you clearly ain't reading books, you ain't eating food, and you probably under 10.
You under a rock. It's okay.
Right. And you should be listening every weekday morning, 6 to 10. Period.
There you go. Let them know.
All right, man. This has been a wonderful episode of Vibes Podcast, and thank you for coming and having this interview and getting us to know.
Yes, we appreciate you.
No, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
No problem. Now go get baby girl some sleep and get her some food.
Yes, because she about to drive me crazy.
All right, have a good one.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.